Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to another session of GrooveKart training. This is Frank Salinas. Thank you for being here. We're about to get started. Let me know where you're tuning in from, and I'm going to get my phone set up, and so I can see what's going on. And we're going to get rocking and rolling right now. All right. So let's see where you're coming in from, and I'm setting up my phone, and we're gonna get going. So I just need to go. I have the phone on so that I can see if there's any comments. All right, Niagara Falls, Jason, hello. All right. So we're gonna get rocking and rolling today. I'm excited to do this training. Hopefully you can hear me. If at any point in time I'm sharing screens and you see the wrong screen or something like that, then let me know. That way I can look to the side over here and see what's going on and fix it. Let me just double check. I'm supposed to be live, but I don't see myself. There we go. All right. So we're going to get rocking and rolling today. We're going to get started going over with you how to set up, connect Klaviyo if you want to do email marketing through Klaviyo. Okay, so we're going to go through the process step by step. We're going to explore it together, and we're going to go through connect it, things like that, so you can see how that's done. Now, Klaviyo, the last time I did it, I was helping a client set it up, and everything worked fine. So hopefully we'll be able to get through everything. They should have a free version, at least so that we can go through the steps so you can see how to connect it to GrooveKart. Because one of the main things that's important is when you have an e-commerce store, you want to have a way to capture emails, because through the process of advertising, you're going to find that if you're doing promotions, if you're buying ads, if you're paying for promotions, if you're paying influencers, people are going to come to your store and they're going to start the process of wanting to purchase. And those people, when they go to your cart, they go to checkout, let's say something happens and they leave. When they go through that process, you can get them on your email list, right? And then of course, also, I recommend having some sort of incentive when they come to your store to join a VIP club, a discount club, join my newsletter, get 10% off your first order, something to that effect, so that you get them on your email list and you can reach out to them. Because here's one thing, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, etc. Let's say for whatever reason you lose that ad account, you have an asset built up if you have an email list, right? So I've been there before where I've lost my email list, and now I can't email those people that are on my newsletter, right? So it is very powerful to have an email list. So through the process of advertising your e-commerce store, building up an email list is very important, and it's one of those things where it's just a given, right? Because I would say most e-commerce stores, typically the successful ones, will bring in 15 to 30% extra revenue because they have an email list. Okay, so that's something I wanted to touch on and just elaborate a little bit as far as to why it's important. Why do you want to have that email list? And it's because you're going to make sales. You're going to be able to let them know when you have a new product line, when you have a new design. Hey, we just came out with these new yard signs, or hey, we just came out with this new backpack. Whatever it might be, when you do something related to your store, it's a reason to email your subscribers, right? So we're going to go through and we're going to connect Klaviyo. All right. So at any point in time, if you can't hear me or if something happens, comment in there. I'll check my screen over here to my left to see if there's anything going on. So, but with that being said, let's go ahead and rock and roll. I'm going to share my screen, and let's see here. All right. It's kind of funny. I don't see. You know what? This is weird because I cannot see How to share my screen on here. This is strange. Hang on 1 second. Usually I have a little thing floating at the bottom for me to share my screen, and I do not have it. 1 second. Let's see. No. This is the strangest thing, guys. 1 second. I'm going to refresh my screen, and I might disappear, but stay on the live stream. I'm going to refresh my browser because for some reason I don't see the little plus icon to share my screen, and that's kind of weird. 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm going to refresh my screen. All right, we are back, but this is the weirdest thing. I do not, if any of my team members are here watching me, this is the weirdest thing. Let's see, 1 second. I have my stream, and I just don't see a way to share my screen. This is weird. This has never happened to me. This is the strangest thing. Okay, I'm gonna go. Yeah, 1 second. Thank you for your patience, everyone. Exit solo layout. Let me just I'm trying to get this to work. 1 second. How about this? Cinnamon layout. No. 1 second. I apologize, everyone. This is weird. I'm in StreamYard. We're doing this live, and I don't see the option to share my screen. I'm going to go back into the studio of StreamYard, so just bear with me. This is the strangest thing. I've never seen this happen. I'm going to leave the studio, so hang on 1 second. Let me put up a banner for everyone to just hang tight. 1 second. One moment, everyone. All right, we're back, but I still. This is the strangest thing. See, you never know what's going to happen live. I am in the StreamYard studio, and I don't see a way to share screen. There's no option. Typically, there's something at the bottom in the middle. So, this is weird. Let me keep trying. I'm not going to give up just yet, so bear with me, guys. 1 second. Yeah, this is weird. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing, and then I'm going to try one more thing. Give me one moment. All right. Well, it looks like we cannot continue with the stream today. I am here. Tony, I'm here. This is the strangest thing. There's no option for me to share my screen. I'm working from my laptop, but I've streamed from my laptop before. So this is the weirdest thing. One moment. Let me see something. Yeah, this is strange. One second. I'm trying. Good thing, this can be live just for you guys, our members. But this is the strangest thing. Typically, there's an icon to share other portions of your screen or share other devices, etc., to add it into the stream, but I don't see it. Yeah, I broke streaming. This is the strangest thing. Wow, this is weird. Let me see. Yeah, so I guess we can just talk. Okay, so let's just do this then. I have no way to share my screen, so it looks like none of my colleagues are on here to jump in, so it's not a big deal. Let's just do FAQ, and let's just make this something where you ask me questions related to e-commerce and GrooveKart. Okay, Klaviyo is an email marketing platform that allows you to basically collect subscribers, and you can do that on your e-commerce store, and it does integrate with GrooveKart. So when someone goes to your website, you can offer them like a pop-up, say, hey, join our VIP newsletter, save 10%, get 15% off your first order, something to that effect. And then they can join your email newsletter. And Klaviyo can set up automations so that like you can put a Klaviyo pixel on your store, so that if someone subscribes to your newsletter, they visit your store, Klaviyo knows that, and you can actually send them an email, say, hey, did you spot something you love? Here's a 15% off discount. And then you can link to your store, you can add images, things like that. And it'll connect as well, so that if someone goes to buy, but they leave, that can be a subscriber either way, because they went through the process and they started the process of purchasing, and they are now like an abandoned cart customer, a guest, I should say, and you can still get them on your newsletter. Or if they purchase, you can still get them on your newsletter. And you can set up rules so that you can have someone on the newsletter, and then you can set up another segment of subscribers that are buyers, and Klaviyo will know that they were a buyer. Okay. And GrooveMail is coming. It's going to be one of the integrations that we have coming. So I'm thinking by the end of next quarter, it should be here. So GrooveMail works, of course, in the Groove platform, and it'll be to where we will integrate with GrooveMail so that you can have that as an option other than Klaviyo and MailChimp. And we also have SendGrid as well. So email marketing is very important. It's one of those things where if you're not building your email list at the same time with your e-commerce store, you're leaving a ton of money on the table. Okay. And I bought a domain. So let's see. I bought a domain for a new store, and I need to make shirt designs. I'm not a designer. Is Fiverr the best option? Do you have other? Okay. So I was going to make a little TikTok video about this. And one of the best things to do, you can go to Fiverr, and you can also go, if you have an audience pretty well, someone, a group of people that, that niche or whatever, an easy option is to go to Etsy and type in whatever your niche is, designs. Let's say it's golfing t-shirt designs, golfing SVG. I forgot what SVG stands for, but I think it's a format of an image that you can use for doing artwork, and I think it's vinyl cutting, I think. So you could type in golf t-shirt PNG, golf t-shirt artwork, golf t-shirt designs. And then you can go to Etsy and you can find them for as little as $1, $2 a design. You can also find bundles of 10, 20, 30, 40 images for $5, $10. Okay. Now, it's going to be better if you create your own design, if you hire somebody and they make it like wow, right? But if you know this niche well, if you want to add to your store, let's say you have a leading product and you're already making sales and it's getting traffic and people coming to your store and you just want to add more options of things for them to buy, then Etsy is a really good solution because you can save a lot of money. You can get designs for as little as $1 per design, and you can get 10, 20, like I said, 10, 20, 30, 40 designs for $5 or $10. And they give you the PNG format. They give you JPEG, depending on what bundle you buy. They'll give you like 3 or 4 formats. And of course, typically most print-on-demand places they use JPEG if it's an all-over design. And if not, for the most part, everyone else uses, and they require PNG files. So you can definitely use those, right? So let's see. Okay, Mohammed, thank you. SVG is scalable vector graphic, right? So that's what it stands for. So this goes to show you, listen, you can make money in e-commerce and not know all the terminology, right? So thank you, Mohammed. So that's what it stands for. So you can go to Etsy and type in golf t-shirt SVG, golf t-shirt designs, things like that. And you can find a ton of designs. You can get them for a lot, for a huge discount, I should say, not for a lot. So let's see. Is it necessary for them to subscribe, or can anyone that enters their contact info on the site be added to the list? Well, I suggest, like Klaviyo has a little pop-up builder. I suggest making like a pop-up so that when they first land on your page, boom, it shows up, join our newsletter, right? If they go to start the process of purchasing, it'll also give them the option to subscribe to your newsletter. There'll be an option to, stay up to date with information and news or something like that. There's an option there, and you can turn it on, so that when they start the checkout process, you can have it pre-checked, or they can check it themselves. Okay, if they purchase, they'll be subscribed to Klaviyo. Okay. Let's see. I'm looking as you're saying this. Thank you. No problem. I was just about to ask something we can do. Yeah, GrooveMail's coming. I'm thinking based on what the developers are doing now, what they're working on now, I'm thinking by the end of the year it should be done. Okay. So does Klaviyo have a free account option? There should be an option where you can at least sign up. Now, I don't know what that option is right now, but you can go look while we're talking. You can go and click sign up. I think it's free, maybe for 100 contacts. It might be less than that, but you should be able to sign up to go in there and connect your store. Let's see. Do they have templates in Klaviyo, or do you have a create? They have templates you can turn on and then edit. So yeah, they do have like a welcome template. They have like a birthday template, I believe, and a nurturing template. And you go in there and there's sample images, sample text, and you just edit it. It's like any other editor. You can click on the element and you can make it bold. You can italicize. You can add images. You can add links. So it's very simple. It's not hard at all. Let's see. You should check out Creative Fabrica. Okay, so FAMP357, there's a place called Creative Fabrica, so I'm assuming that's another place you can go get designs. And then Jason confirmed it's free for 500. So you can build up a list of 500 subscribers for free. Now I can tell you 500 e-commerce subscribers is pretty powerful, because let's just say your store converts at 2%. So that's what, 10 buyers, right? And 490 subscribers. Okay. And when it comes to e-commerce, your open rates are going to vary, right? They're going to be from 3 to 12, 3 to 12%. If it's a really passionate audience and you do good with your subject lines, I mean, you could get as high as 20% open rates or more. It depends on the niche, right? It depends on who your audience is, how excited they are, how you're going to distinguish yourself in those subject lines. Okay, so let's see. I have Dropify. E-packet is no longer an option. Do you have shipping suggestions? So when it comes to Dropify, if you're doing drop shipping, they now basically, e-packet is basically called AliExpress shipping. I believe the name of it is. So it's called, off the top of my head, because I can't share my screen. I don't remember what it's called, but let me look. I can't share my screen, but let me look to see what it's called real quick. So I'm just going to go to AliExpress and pick a product and refresh my memory as far as what that is called when you do the shipping. Okay, so 1 second. Let me just pick an item. I believe it is called AliExpress standard shipping. Let's see. Also, one thing when it comes to, yeah, that item did not have it. Let me find a different one. When it comes to AliExpress and shipping, you want to look at what the shipping turnaround time, what they offer. Okay, yeah, it's called AliExpress standard shipping. Okay, so let me just touch base on this a little bit. Now I'm looking at my screen just to refresh my memory. But when it comes to AliExpress, you're doing drop shipping. A couple things I recommend to people is, go with the store that has a 95% positive feedback rating or more. And that's usually it's always going to be at the top, and you'll see the store name. If you hover over the store name, you're going to see detailed seller ratings. Those detailed seller ratings, you want them always to be all three options. There's three options: item as described, communication, and shipping speed. You want all three of those to be green. If you see either one of those three as red, I typically tell students and clients, things like that, don't go with that store, because you want someone that over delivers. So you want a store that with an above average positive feedback and rating, so that you can have more confidence in what you're drop shipping. You don't want to get started with a store that has a 90% positive feedback, because that means they're not, 10% of the time they're dropping the ball, right? And let's just say their shipping speed is red and it says 4.5% below average, then people are not happy or satisfied with the shipping times. So if you go to AliExpress, you'll see what I'm talking about. Pick an item, and then you'll see the store name at the top. If you hover, you'll see also right there, it'll say whatever percent positive feedback. I recommend 95% or higher. And then if you hover over that percentage positive feedback, you'll see in a little box that pops up detailed seller ratings. Make sure all those three are green. Okay, so that's what I look for. And then you want to look for another item that you want to look for when you're doing this is what is their estimated delivery. Okay, it might say free shipping, estimated delivery November 8th. I'm looking at an item now. Well, we're in September, right? So September, October, November. That tells me they're like under promising, and they're promising to get it to your people, to you, in 60 days. And to me, I like looking for stuff that's 30 days. So let me and it's unfortunate I can't share my screen. For some reason, StreamYard is acting up. But I'm looking at another item. This is a necklace. This says estimated delivery 30 to 50 days. Again, I would not do that. I would look for stuff that is estimated delivery 30 days. Okay, so, and without sharing my screen, it's kind of hard, but you'll see what I'm talking about if you start looking at AliExpress. So so those are a couple things. So let me go back to the questions. No problem. You're welcome for that. And then Jason said, I see, got it. Cool. How do I connect AliExpress to my store? William, there is if you go to GrooveKart and you go to your store and you go to products and you click on products, and there's going to be a section that says POD and drop shipping. If you click on that, you will see an option that's called AliConnect. And if you go to our YouTube channel and type in, go to our YouTube channel for Groove Digital, and then type in AliExpress, you should see a training I did on how to use the AliConnect app with GrooveKart. Okay, so that's in there in the Groove channel. Okay, let's see. Does Ali have a US product? Yes, actually, you can go and this is frustrating that I can't share my screen, but yeah, when you go to pick an item, you can click on, let's say you're doing a search and I'm searching for, I don't know, cat toys. You type it in, and then at the top, you will see next to price, and there'll be a drop down and it'll say ship from. And you can click in that drop down and choose ship from United States, and you'll actually see items that are shipping from the US. A lot of these suppliers have items in their warehouse in the US. So you can click on that and decide, wow, this is in the US. It's only $2-3 more than if I was drop shipping from China, but the people are going to get it, in 10 days or less. So you want to think about that and look at the price, think about what you'd sell it for, and decide, you know what, I might be losing maybe a few bucks on the profit, but they're going to get it fast. And a happy customer is worth a lot. So I tell people sometimes to underpromise on the shipping so that when they get it sooner, they're happier, right? So if you say, due to high demand, please allow 2 to 3 weeks for delivery, okay? And then when they get it in 10 days, they're going to be happy, right? Because they thought 2 to 3 weeks and they get it in 9 days, 10 days, 7 days, because you chose a USA warehouse. Then that's going to make you have a lot more happy customers, okay? So let's go back to the questions. Slingly is an option. Now, you have to be upgraded, but if you have the upgraded Slingly option, then go there to look, because they have a lot of designs. They have a lot of these same designs on not only t-shirts and hoodies, but mugs, things like that. And they also offer some jewelry that you can use as well, necklaces and things like that. And then, of course, you can create your own design. So if you are upgraded at Slingly, I recommend using it as an option. Now, remember, you can sell things, and you can have an order that has a Slingly product, that has a T-Launch product, and a Printful product. It's not going to mess up your ordering process for fulfillment. So you can do that. You can definitely have an order where you have 2 or 3 different fulfillment partners that are going to fulfill that order, and it's perfect. There's nothing wrong with that. So let's see. What would your easiest method be to set up flat rate shipping with GrooveKart? The reason I ask is that you sell heavy items and light items. It's hard. Okay. So I touched base on this a while back. You want to really think about, how heavy is that item, right? Like if you make your own item and it's your thing and you customize it, you custom make something, then I totally get selling that item if it's heavy. But if you're choosing to drop ship or something like that, then definitely think about, is it worth selling this item if it costs $30 to ship, right? Here's one thing I've learned since this whole COVID thing happened, almost 3 years ago. The shipping has kept on going up and up and up and up, right? So think about that. A way to do now, GrooveKart does have a way for you to specify by weight. So, you can choose to do by price or by weight. Now, if you choose to do by weight, you just got to make sure you have weights in every one of your products. Okay, so that would probably be the best way if you're going to do flat rate shipping. For every pound, it's $7. And I'm just throwing that price out there. I don't know what that's going to cost you, but let's say you have an item and the shirt is, 7 ounces. Well, anything under 16 ounces is $3.95. Anything between 17 ounces, or let's say above 16 ounces to 32 ounces, it's $9.95. And you can set that by doing it by weight. So if you're going to have light items and heavy, then I suggest setting up your products to do by weight, and you can change that and make that differentiation under the shipping settings. Okay. Yeah. So if you're going to do that, definitely, choose it by weight. Now, if it's just like t-shirts, stickers, and hoodies and things like that, and you're using Printful, you can go and click on their product catalog, and then it'll tell you what their shipping is. So, like, I believe right now, shipping a t-shirt is $3.99. And if you have categories in your store that say t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, wall art, etc., you can specify, and you make those categories. Then you can also set up your shipping to be by category and by product. So you can have one category that's, say, best deals, but that best deals has a t-shirt, a hoodie, and a candle and a mug, and you can manually change the shipping cost if you click on set shipping by product. And you can do that under shipping settings. So I recommend going in there and just familiarize yourself, create a shipping method, call it standard shipping. And you can also go again to the YouTube channel and click on Groove Digital, and then type in GrooveKart, and then look through the trainings, because I did cover shipping. John Garcia and I went through it once, and then I covered it again in one of the other trainings. Okay. Yeah, so if you use Printful, probably the best way is just to go look at their product specs and see what they charge for shipping. I know one or two items the prices have changed in the last 6 months, so you do want to go and stay up to date with that. Check it, every 60 days. Just go and make sure that the prices haven't changed. Now, another thing you can do is just, now you're gonna lose some money on your profit margins when you sell more than one item. But what you could do is you could roll the cost of that shipping into the item. So, like, if I'm doing a t-shirt and it's $3.99 to ship, and I normally sell it for $24.95, well, I could add those other $4 and sell it for, let's say, $27.95 free shipping. So I'm charging a little bit more, and but I'm saying free shipping, right? That's another way to do it. But if you sell 2 or 3 or 4 shirts at one time in one order, then you're going to lose a little bit of money on that shipping cost, right? Because they're going to have to charge you for the extra shirts. The good thing is typically, most of the time, they charge you, it's tiered. So if it's $3.99 for one shirt, for the second shirt, it's an extra, let's say, $1.99. Don't quote me on that price, but I think it gets cheaper the more items they add to the order. Okay. Layer app. The good thing is Layer app, I'm probably going to be covering this a lot sooner because Layer app has been being worked on, and they just recently got the high top shoes ready. They're working on the other products. So if you've gone in there, the high top and the low top shoes should be working, because they were working on it the last few weeks. And Layer app allows you to make custom shoes, sneakers, high tops. They do backpacks, leggings, and you can put your own design on them. They are made in China, but they ship them pretty quick. They usually arrive similar to AliExpress within 2 to 3 weeks, but you can make custom shoes. So let's say you have a niche that's all about people that are proud to be Italians, and you do an Italian flag shoe, right? And it's in the middle, it says "Proud Italian," right? And the background is the Italian flag. You can target your target audience, and then now they'll see that, and they'll be like, "Oh my God, I gotta have those shoes," right? Like, in 2017, I made a lot of sales, believe it or not, with shoes, and it was using a company similar to Layer. So they actually, they take your design and they print it on the actual fabric of the shoe, and they make the shoe by hand in their factory with their machines and whatnot. So anything you can put on a shirt, you can put it on their shoes and their backpacks and their leggings. The shoes that are ready to go that you should be able to set up are the low top and the high top right now. And there should be templates that you can download that gives you the specs, right? The size of the design that you need in order to set up those shoes. Okay, so you can go in there and look in there. Right now, again, just the high top and the low top are working, but they are updating all the other products, and hopefully in the next 90 days or less, they'll have all of those products ready to go. And the reason why this happened is because they changed on the back end layer, changed the fulfillment partner to have better quality and better pricing. And that fulfillment partner has to upgrade the system on the back end to make sure that GrooveKart and their printer and their software talks, so that when you have an order, it gets made and it gets shipped out on time. All right. Printful has a good article about shipping. I tried posting on Facebook, but it got blocked. Okay, so yeah, you can actually go to Printful, go to their blog, and then type in shipping. I encourage you, depending on who you're using for fulfillment, go look at their blog. Get caught up on their tips and strategies that they offer, because you're just going to be a better marketer by doing so, right? Now, I know we have so many trainings, right? There's so much to do, but I mean, an entrepreneur is constantly updating their resources, updating their knowledge, updating what they know, staying up to date with the latest improvements, changes in the market, and the latest trends. So you definitely do want to stay on top of that and check the blogs of these print-on-demand companies to see what tips you can learn from them that you can apply in your business. Yeah. Thanks. We'll check it out. Okay. Any other questions related to e-commerce, conversions, related to any other platform? When it comes to advertising, things like that, anything like that, we can definitely cover that today. So let's see. You skipped my question, so I guess there's no updates. William, let me go back. I believe that was your question, William. Yeah, you can go to the Groove Digital YouTube channel and search for AliExpress, and you should see the training that I did related to connecting AliConnect with AliExpress to do drop shipping. Let me see if there was another question you had. But yeah, that was it. So hopefully that answers your question. If you go to YouTube, go to Groove Digital, and then type in AliExpress, you should see the training that I did on how to connect AliExpress through AliConnect, which is an app that we have that you will find by going to products, print on demand, and drop shipping. Or it says POD and drop shipping. Click on that, and then you'll see an app that says AliConnect. It'll say GK AliConnect. All right. Yeah. So, all right. Printful offers a personalization option so people can add their own name. I actually just I saw this question in the group yesterday, and before I answered it, I contacted our lead developer. We are co-product owners of GrooveKart. He knows GrooveKart like the back of his hand because he's the lead developer, our lead developer, Max. So I messaged him to see if this is something we can do with our Printful API. So as soon as I know, I'll let you know. That would be an awesome feature that we'd have. So as soon as I know, hopefully that'll be good news, and I'll let you guys know. So anything else related to e-commerce, whether it's designs, whether it's ads, whether it is ad copy, anything like that, feel free to ask. The reason I'm doing these questions and answers is because for some reason today, I do not have the option to share my screen. I don't know what happened. I've done StreamYard on my laptop before and have always been able to share my screen. So really don't know what happened here. So Any other questions related to GrooveKart or e-commerce, even sales? Let us let us see your question in the comments. Go to facebook.com/StreamYard. Excuse me, go to StreamYard.com/Facebook to connect your Facebook so we can see your name. And let's see. Okay, how much you spend on Facebook ads to start? That's a good question. This was 2014, I would say you could get started with as little as $5, right? But we're in 2022. So what I have seen my colleagues go by, their standard rule is 1 to 3 times what you sell your item for. So let's just say you sell your item for $50. Well, I would spend 50 to 150 testing campaigns. Now, with that being said, you want to have at least 3 different ad sets, 3 different ad groups, depending on your platform. Some people call them ad groups. Facebook, I believe, calls it ad sets. You want to have at least 3 different ad sets with 3 different targeting options. One of them being broad, meaning just everybody. Because if you're doing Facebook, because the Facebook algorithm has so much, the pixel's so good that there's been people that have just set, their ad to the entire country, depending on the item, of course, and they let the Facebook pixel do the heavy lifting. So you want to have 3 ad sets, one of them just broad, meaning everyone. Now, let's say it's an item that 18-year-olds aren't going to like, then maybe just change the age group to, say, 25 and up, right? Another ad group with a specific interest, and then another ad group with maybe a different interest. And then each one of those ad groups. Now, here, let me elaborate a little bit on this. Set up your broad ad group or your broad ad set first. In that ad set, have at least 3 creatives. Okay, 3 creators. One is a video that looks like a TikTok style video. Another one is maybe a static image, and then a third one is a different video or a slideshow. Okay, and now you're going to duplicate that ad group or that ad set, and then you're going to duplicate that and now change the targeting. So the first one was broad, right? It was just everyone. The second one is a specific targeting and interest. And the third one is a different interest or targeting. And now you have 3 ad groups. Within each ad group or ad set, they have 3 ads. That's the good, a good way to do it. Some people do a 2 and 3, meaning they have 2 different ad groups, 3 ads. Okay. And some people could go as far as 5 ad groups, 1 creative. I don't think that's the way to go. You want to have more than 1 creative because one might just be a total no-brainer, and you'll see that there's more clicks, more engagement, more adds to cart, and you might even make sales. So the typical standard rule of thumb is spend 1 to 3 times what you sell your item for in testing, and have 2 to 3 ad sets. Each one of those ad sets have 3 ads, and those 3 ads can be the same in each ad set, right? So that's the standard rule. And here's the thing: when it comes to advertising, right now, the king of getting more traffic and getting people to your website at a cheaper CPM, right, at a cheaper rate per 1,000 people is TikTok. Now, TikTok has a great little library to show you how to get started. They have a little short videos. You can click on there. I believe it's ads.tiktok.com. You can go make an account and watch their little trainings on how to get to know the platform. If you've ever been in Facebook, you will feel pretty comfortable inside of TikTok because the layout is very similar. It's like it's like, oh, okay, I can get this. It's very similar. Okay. So right now, your money will go further in TikTok. And listen, guys, like get your Facebook, get your phone. Can you see my phone? Yeah. Get your phone and order some of your products and make videos. People love, they call that user generated content. You get your phone, you record it. You don't have to be in it. I made a TikTok for a product, and I didn't even get to run it because it was a political product, right? And TikTok says political ads were not allowed. But I made a pretty good TikTok video, and it was just me recording, opening up the envelope, opening up the package, and I zoomed in on the product, and I showed it, and I had little captions, and it said, I used that little narration voice of the female, and it said, "Look what just came in the mail today." And it was a video of me opening the package, and then it said something like, "Make heads turn when you wear it," and it was just silly, right? It was like a 13-second video, and I used it. I used my phone to make it. Now, I didn't know that political ads were not allowed on TikTok, so they flagged it. However, you can run political ads on Facebook if you get approved for political ads. So, and I'm not here to get political, but I'm just saying, if you wanted to go into that arena, you just got to be approved through Facebook. And how do you do that? You prove your identity. You upload a video of upload an image of your driver's license, things like that. And for the most part, you should be able to get approved for political campaigns, right? So what I mean is, left versus right. There's a lot of money in those niches, right? There's money in things that people are passionate about. So think about, what are people passionate about? Whether it's politics, whether it's being a new mom, or being a grandparent, or fishing, hunting. People that, when they see your item, say, "Man, I gotta have that," or "That's so me," or "Oh my God, I gotta have that," or "Wow," or they laugh, or they think it's funny, or they smile, and they align with it. Think about how easy is your product in aligning with that target audience, right? So let me put my phone back. Okay, so let's go here. Excuse me, my phone's rattling. Okay, so let's see. Etsy Printful is offering free shipping on some Etsy stores. Can we take advantage of that? Now, here's the thing. If you have an e-commerce store and you're setting up all these designs, why not, use your Printful account and publish to Etsy? I don't know if Printful has inside their dashboard an Etsy plugin or anything like that. You can manually set up those listings on Etsy. There are some people that have their store on GrooveKart, but they still have their old Shopify store. If you still have a Shopify store, you can. Now, here's what I've seen some people do. They have a new GrooveKart store, but they have their Shopify in a different niche. So the Shopify store is golfing, but their new GrooveKart store is all about barbecuing and grilling on the grill, right? So you can use your Shopify to just connect the Etsy app, and let's say you have your GrooveKart store that's all about barbecuing and cooking on the grill, and it's funny, cooking shirts and stuff like that. You can still use that Etsy app in your Shopify to push products to an Etsy store through Printful. You can do that. Okay. So there's definitely workarounds that you can do if you want to have your items in other marketplaces. Now, I've seen people do this. They have their e-commerce store, but they also have their listings on Etsy, on Bonanza, on all these different in eBay, right? There's so many marketplaces. You just gotta have the time, take the time to do that. And they do that to try to make sales in as many different places as they can. Let's see here. Is it better to offer free shipping and higher price, or lower product price and standard shipping? That's really, it comes down to your personal preference. Now think about it. If you're offering a heavy item, and it's going to cost $20 to ship, then it doesn't make sense to offer free shipping, because then they're going to say, man, that price is a little high, right? So just offer standard shipping based on what it costs you, and don't make any money on the shipping. So what I've seen people do is they offer free shipping and they charge a few bucks more to make a few dollars extra on their shipping, and then that adds to their profit. So it depends on the weight of your product. If you're doing shirts and lightweight items like that, then I recommend doing a lower price product and the standard shipping rate, right? So charge them exactly what you pay for shipping, just to cover it, so that it's not going to be a lot of money for them, right? Like if you're selling a t-shirt, it doesn't make sense for your shipping to be, $9.95, right? People are gonna be like, what? You can do that, right? I'm not gonna say it doesn't work, because I did this more than once, where I had an offer, and it was a free phone case or a free watch, and they paid $12.99 shipping, and people did it, right? Because it was for shipping and handling. Now, did I have a person, commenting every once in a while on my ad? Yes. I'm not going to pay $12.99 for a phone case. They're lightweight. Most people, they resonated with what the design. Excuse me. They resonated with the design of the phone case, and they bought it, because they're like, $12.99 is nothing. Now, why did I do that? Because at the time I was getting these phone cases for like $3.99 from AliExpress, and they're a vendor that they got the product to the person. Usually it was like in 15 days, everyone was getting the product. So why not? I was paying, $3.99, and I was charging $12. So I was making $9 after fees. I was making $8 and some change. You factor $8 and some change, and I was making 20 to 30 sales a day. So I was making $150 to $200+ a day in a free phone case, right? So you think about that. Think about the weight of the item. And if it's heavier, definitely don't offer, free shipping and putting the price of the shipping into the price of the product. If it's lighter, you can get away with it, right? But if it's heavier, definitely not. Let's see. Can we get the GK buy embed button changed from opening pop-up window to checkout? That's the way it works, so that it works flawlessly with any page you put it on. So it gives them that feeling of a float cart, or a flyout cart. So that's the way it currently works. I'm pretty sure the developers aren't going to add any other feature for that. But it does really work well. You put that embed button on, let's say, a Groove page, and you put the preview of the image and the buy button. They click it, and it opens up that little cart on the right side of the screen. And then if they close it, there's a little bitty button that floats on the right side. We did it that way so that people can go back and look at the other items that you might have embedded. So I don't see the developers adding that feature anytime soon, but I can definitely reach out to them and ask them. Okay, are you saying product cost times 1 to 3 per ad set, or for total? Not for total. So if you sell an item for $50, it's not unheard of to spend 50 to 150 testing. Okay, and that's total for all 3 ad sets, or all 2 to 3 ad sets. Okay, so think about it that way. Okay, now the more profit you have in the selling of your product, the better for you, right? So like if you're making $3 a sale profit, it's not, the incentive isn't that high to try to make sales, right? Now, I mentioned the phone case idea that I did before, and I did it also with watches, but this was back in 2014, 2015, and 2016. I haven't tried that again in today's day and age. I know off the top of my head, though, TikTok will not let you say free, because they have a price setting where you can put the sell price and the original price, and you can do it'll make you can make little TikTok videos with just a static image inside of the TikTok platform. So they don't allow that. Now, I don't know if you can say the word free and not use that feature when you're making a video, because TikTok, they have a video editing section where you can make TikToks out of just one standard image. So that's a pretty cool thing. I'm going to actually get, when we go to the TikTok, when we go through the training on how to set up an ad through TikTok, I'm going to show you how to do that. You can literally upload a static image, which is, let's say, the product image of your item, and you can make a TikTok video out of it. So that's kind of cool. So, but yeah, 50 to 3 times. And you got to remember, this is testing. Can you do e-commerce the free way? Yes. You know, let's say you start up a TikTok account around your store or around your niche, and you just post 3 TikToks a day about those products, and you'll start getting views on your store. That's definitely a way to do it. Let's say you're really good at SEO. Well, remember, we learned from Simon that everyone does SEO whether they know that they're doing it or not. So if you're good at SEO and you're doing it for the long haul, and you're adding 10, 20 products a week, and you're just building out your store, and you got a blog, and you're linking to your store, and you're doing videos with keywords, and you're linking to your store on YouTube, and you're doing it that way, you can definitely do that. But if you want to get people to your store faster, then yeah, you got to spend money. Is Facebook the only way? No. Is TikTok the only way? No. You can also do Snapchat. You can do Google ads, pay-per-click. You can hire influencers. You can pay people on Instagram. You can pay people on TikTok to showcase your product. You can mail them the product, give it to them free, and then ask them how much they'll charge you for a promoted post. And then they'll show your item, or they'll put it on, or they'll talk about it, or they'll share a video you made or a static image of your product, and they'll promote it, and you can get traffic from those influencers. Okay. Right now I have a store. I haven't, that store that I tried to set up an ad, and it got flagged and it got denied in TikTok. I found a Instagram account that I've done business with before. This is all right. I cleaned off my my laptop, and it booted me out of the system. Okay, so I know this individual in the UK, and they have a Instagram account with over 350,000 Instagram followers, and they charge me $75 for a promoted post. So they will put an image or a video and post it and leave it there for 24 hours. And they'll also do a story on Instagram for 24 hours for $75. And they have 350,000 followers. Now, the last time I used them, this was a little over 2 years ago, we were getting 1,200 visitors from those posts. So if I get, let's say, a 2% conversion, and I get 1,200 visitors, well, what's 1,200 times 2%? I'll make 24 sales or more or less. Let's say 24 sales. Let's say my profit is just $10. Let's say I'm selling something low profit. I'm willing to spend $75, test something. If it flops, I'm willing to test at least twice, 2 different products if the first one flops. Because I know when I used them before, we were getting a lot of visitors. So 24 sales, let's just say it's a $10 profit. That's $240. I paid them $75. I'm still in profit. What will I do? I will take that profit and book another post, and then just keep doing it. So you keep putting your money back into your business. Don't start spending your profits right away. Put it all back in your business until you see a steady growth of your e-commerce store. Okay. Now, daily budget, total budget. So that's total budget. So if you're selling something for $50, spend $50 to $150 testing. Okay. Now, can you spend less? Yeah. Let's say, Frank, I don't have 1 to 3 times my items amount. Well, you can try something. So if there's something where you don't have a big budget and you're like, Frank, I got $50 this week only. Okay. I work at Target. I'm 22 years old. I don't make money. Okay. So let's just say you don't have whatever budget you have, set the budget. Meaning don't have a emotional attachment to that money. Just know it's for you to gather data, for you to test. So whether that's $50 or $100 for the week or $200 for the week, set that budget. I'd rather you test a small budget of, let's just say, $50 and do 3 different ad sets than you spend all $50 on one ad set. One ad set, one video. I'd rather you spend that 50 on 3 ad sets with 3 videos, because one might stick out, right? Because you have 9 chances for one maybe to stick out and say, man, look at the click-through rate. Look at the adds to cart on that one video. And you say, well, let me test another 50 just on that one, right? And then let me try 2 other creatives. Okay, so think about that. I'd like to see some kind of cheat sheet recommending pricing per product style. An example, average sale price for tees, hoodies, mugs. Where to start on pricing. Yeah, so I recommend, going to your niche, searching on Google, whatever your niche is, type in this. You can do this. So let's just say golfing t-shirt. Put a space and type in .myshopify.com. And you're going to find a lot of Shopify stores related to that niche. So let's say your niche is grandparents. Type in grandparents space .myshopify.com, and you're going to find many different Shopify stores with that are selling grandparent items. And that's a good way to see what the market is selling these things for. And also, don't worry too much about competing on price. Some people say, man, how can I sell this? It sells on Amazon for $30, and so I have to sell it for less. Listen, at the time when those people see your item, when they see something that gets them excited, gets them pumped up, makes them smile, say, oh my God, I got to have that. 90% or more are not going to go shopping around. They're going to, why? Because over 60% of the people that are looking at your store are going to be on mobile. That's just the reality. Over 60% of visitors to your store are on mobile, and mobile is more of a, what's the word? Impulsive action device. They're more likely to be impulsive and buy on their phone than they are on their desktop. On desktop, they're going to do a little bit more research. They're going to search around. On mobile, they're at the doctor's office. They're in, at the car wash. They're waiting for their kids to get out of school. They're in the car line, and they're on their phone. And they're like, yeah, that looks pretty cool. Let me buy it. So definitely don't compete on price. Don't overcharge. Don't charge, $50 for a t-shirt. But don't be too worried about it. So in other words, if you see t-shirts charging $22.95 to $29.95, as long as you're somewhere in that range, then you're okay. One of the recommendations Printful suggests is do a special offer of reduced shipping. So charge for shipping and the gift. Yeah, that's another thing you can do, right? You can say, order today, receive 50% off shipping. Now, that's going to cut into your profit margins, but it's a way to drive up the incentive for them to take action. You want to remember, 9 times out of 10, your visitors to your store are not going to return. So you got to strike while the iron is hot, right? So what can push them over the edge to take action? Okay. I did mention this before. Too many options, is not good when it comes to e-commerce. I made a TikTok about this the other day, talking about, have you ever noticed at Chick-fil-A or at Cane's Chicken Fingers, if you have any one of those, you can Google it if you don't. But here in the United States, I've noticed over and over again, at Chick-fil-A or Cane's Chicken Fingers, there's always lines around the fast food joint, out the door. There's lines of cars waiting to get their food. And if you look at diners, a sit-down diner, you typically don't see lines of cars waiting to get into the diner. And the reason why is because you go to Chick-fil-A for chicken. You go to Cane's Chicken Fingers for chicken fingers. That's all they sell. So when it comes to a diner, they have many, 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 many options. So Dan Kennedy, I said it. I don't know exactly how he said it, so I'm paraphrasing. Basically, something to the effect: a confused mind doesn't buy. So don't offer too many color options, right? Depending on your market, of course, but keep your options from 1 to 3 options. No more than 3 colors of shirts. 95% of the shirts that I sold were black or navy blue. Those were the niches that I was selling in. It made sense to have black or navy blue shirts. Then it was sport gray, a little bit of white, a little bit of purple or red, depending on who my target market was. But 95% of the shirts that I sold were black. So just keep that in mind. So whatever it is you're going to do to push them over the edge to take action, think about that when it comes to special deals, 50% off shipping, free shipping, things like that. Continue to check out on FlyCart. A new pop-up window opens with checkout page rather than the same window opening on checkout page. I will double check what you mean, Mohammed, but typically the flow of the embed code should work pretty well. If you see that something does not make sense, please, by all means, do a Loom screen share or Camtasia or something like that. There's free Google Chrome extensions where you can do a free screen share and then contact us and with what you see that you think the problem is, and we can definitely look into it. All right. I will replicate what you're talking about here on the test store after our session and see if there's something that I do notice. Okay. So I'll do that today after we end this session. So with that being said, I apologize for not being able to share my screen. I have no idea what happened. I'm glad we're able to do this question and answer session though, because this is just cool. I think this makes me realize, we don't have to do screen shares all the time. I might do this a lot more often because what I've found with, people that hire me, clients, students, and people, colleagues of mine, even myself, sometimes we have this one question and we're like shy to ask in the group, or we're embarrassed, or all of our, influence, the people around us are just friends and family. We can't ask them because they look at us like we're nuts because we're on the computer all the time. And I just want to ask somebody this specific question. And that one question keeps me from going forward, right? So don't let that be you. Always, know that you're part of the team here at GrooveKart and Groove. Ask the question inside of the groove.cm Facebook group. If I don't see it, somebody else, I can guarantee you, will know the answer. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Tony. Thanks for sticking it out and doing Q&A. Appreciate that. Yeah. Rocket growth. No problem. So much value. So listen, this is one thing you can think of when it comes to entrepreneurship. On the road, Steve Harvey says the road to success is always under construction. There's not a straight highway with no speed limit and with smooth pavement. No, there's always going to be bumps in the road. There's going to be detours. There's going to be things that show up on your journey of building your business. And you got to pivot. You got to adjust. You have to figure things out, because guess what? We're doing this for our family. We all have one thing in common, I can guarantee you. You, I, anyone watching this, everyone, the team at Groove, we all have one thing in common. I would have to say that thing is we want to be happy, right? We want to be happy for ourselves, for our family. And so you got to keep your why. You got to keep the reason why you're doing this in front of you. and don't don't let nothing stop you. Do what it takes. Keep going, and learn, improve, outwork, out improve, out strategize. Right? There's a guy I follow, Patrick David. Do what you can to get better. Yeah, you're gonna fall. It's gonna suck. Sometimes there's gonna be things you can't do. Maybe you had $150 set aside and something happened and you had to get 2 new tires and now you can't do that. Well, guess what? That's okay. Keep pushing. All right. Next week I'm gonna do it. Whatever. You keep pushing. So when it comes to entrepreneurship, you just got to keep pushing and adjust when you need to. The quick start training. I'm gonna do the quick start training after. We're going to do this. I'm going to see about doing Klaviyo and then MailChimp. And then I want to at least train you to show you the ins and outs of TikTok. So I would say at least 5 more sessions. I might not do Facebook simply because, to be honest, I don't have a Facebook account. I, for some reason, could not verify my identity. So I don't have a Facebook account. If I can have a special guest on where we can share their Facebook and cover the basics about Facebook, we'll do it. So I plan on doing TikTok for sure, and possibly a Facebook simple session on setting up simple ads, and we can go from there. So I would say in the next 5 to 6 sessions, then we're going to do a quick start training where we're going to push through and see how much we can get done in an hour. And then the next day, we might even do it just straight. We'll go an hour, we'll take a 15-minute break, and then we'll continue. And I wouldn't doubt that we can get a store up and running in less than 2 hours. So that's what my plan. My plan is to eventually get it down less to an hour, and eventually one day, if we have all the bells and whistles, all the improvements and bugs cleared out, my goal, my dream for GrooveKart is a 15-minute setup. So that's where we're headed. That's the vision. So with that being said, thank you guys. Thank you for those few minutes of not being able to share my screen. And I'm glad we did this Q&A anyway. We thank you again for being part of the Groove.cm family. And we will see you on the next one. Typically, these trainings are on Thursday. So I'm going to plan on doing this next one on Thursday and not Friday. But I was traveling during the week, so I had to do it this week on Friday. So with that being said, we will see you on the next training. Have a great weekend. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.